Hi there, my name is Lance Quiding. I'm the CEO of Integrated Aquaculture based here in Hekpoort in sunny South Africa. I've got my mask. Challenging times, this COVID. What I'd like to do is just expand a little bit on what we've got on my left here. The grow beds are the foundation of the aquaponic system. These are called deep water culture grow beds. Now, my existing farm was 3,500 square meters, but only 1,500, or half of that, was populated. The partnership with DFI has allowed us to expand into the other half of the farm. So we employ, at the moment, we employ 14 people. The farm is positioned on a 50-hectare farm, but we're only farming on 2 hectares. So it's an awesome opportunity to expand into that farm, into the land. It highlights the benefits of aquaponics. It highlights the fact that we don't need huge amounts of land. We don't need huge amounts of water. The water we lose is really the trans-evaporation that comes through the plants. So when it rains, because we're under the shade net covering, when it rains, we capture that rainwater, which is great. So yes, we're capturing rainwater, we're using a fraction. Some stats, I haven't proven any stats yet, but some stats state that traditional lettuce farming uses about 50 liters per lettuce, where we use about 250 milliliters of water per lettuce. So yes, very excited about being able to expand, our grow bed and be able to employ more people intensively like this, and also attract the youth. The youth are not wanting to farm in traditional methods. They want IoT. They want, the Internet of Things to bring sexiness to farming. And this is exactly what we can achieve here. We can monitor water parameters via our tablets. It is a farming methodology that's clean, tidy, neat, and appeals to the youth. And that's why our training is going to be so important, is in order to upskill those youth and get those youth to a point where they're excited as we are about this. One consistent on this particular farm has been the R&D, the research and development. The only constant has been change. I've been through 3 or 4 different iterations of designs of systems, from square tanks that fitted into shipping containers, to IBCs, to round tanks of varying sizes. My last configuration was a 100,000 litre system in round tanks, and I guess experience, there's no replacement for it, but through the experiences we had, there were shortcomings of that particular system. And over the last 6 years, we've always been looking for that partner that will be able to come on board and assist us taking this forward. And I'm happy to say that the relationship that we've managed to establish since the end of 2019 with a company called Desert Foods International has been fantastic. So Desert Foods International has brought to the table the ability to do the next system, which is our MCR systems. Now, these systems are designed by a Canadian-based company and installed here in South Africa. Not only that, they bring to the table the reverse osmosis plant, which we're going to be using on our site. They bring to the table the wet composting technology, and this is all complementary to the technology that we've developed over the last 6 years. So on this farm, we are extremely excited about this collaboration and this coming together of like-minded people with the right resources and the right experience. And we are hoping to take that technology and put it into the African context. In the tunnels is the MCR, the fish section of the business. And that will be generating sludge, and also the fish will be generating nutrients. Those nutrients will come and be cycled through the equipment that's based inside of this shipping container, and that is in fact an RO plant. And the concentrated nutrients will then be plumbed out of one of those holes that you see there through to our storage tanks at the back there, which will then be delivered through to our grow beds, which reside in that tunnel there. Now, this technology, both the nutrient concentrator and the UASBs that we spoke of earlier, is the start of the sexy part of aquaponics farming. And what we mean by that is the increased growth, the increased ability to generate nutrients that the plants will uptake, all form part of the way in which this aquaponics farm is going to become the state-of-the-art farm. Definitely in South Africa, if not in Southern Africa. This here is our nursery. Our nursery is where all the plants start their lives. From here they get grown to a certain point. We will then include them into the grow beds. Within these shipping containers here, we have our pack house, we have our nursery, and we have our hatchery. So all of them are housed within these insulated reefer shipping containers, and the reason for that is obviously heat we need to maintain, as a particular methodology requires heat. Here in front of us, that's our mineralization unit. This is our mineralization unit, and inside there will be the UASBs. We're in the process of constructing a state-of-the-art multi-celled raceway recirculating aquaculture system that you can see in front of us here. This particular unit is the filtration, and the units on the left are the two multi-celled raceways. We're standing in our fish facility now, our newly constructed fish facility. So I just want to run through what we have completed so far in a short space of time. We started construction beginning of December, and we've completed our grow out MCR, which is multi-celled raceway. And we've also completed and commissioned an RO plant. We have completed the upgrade to our DWC. And what's still to be done is to build the intermediate raceway, which is where we stage our fish. It's where the youngsters come up into the grow out area. We need to construct or move the second-hand oxygen generator. We need to bring our broodstock and juvenile fish across. We need to also work on our hatchery. Post-construction, which we think will take about 6 to 8 weeks to be done, we will be operating by far the largest and most advanced aquaponics farm in South Africa, and if not, the whole of Southern Africa. Together with Desert Foods International, we are aiming to replicate the system across the country by way of establishing a joint venture with a local BEE partner, with our main focus on implementing and operating a large-scale aquaponics farms and unique training campuses for aquaponics, for young talents and for smallholder farmers. So we're really looking forward to roll that out. These 6 tanks form the basis of our mineralization unit, where they will be converted into what's called a UASB, which stands for an uplifting anaerobic solids bioreactor, where we will be taking fish waste and fish sludge and converting it into a useful nutrition for deployment into our grow beds. This is the opportunity and the patent pending technology that Desert Foods International will be bringing to the table. The nutrients are distributed to the grow beds from a pumping center from our storage tanks on an as and when needed basis. The nutrient-rich water from the various production systems that we have, including UASB, which is uplifting solids bioreactor, or the RO plant, or merely water from an aquaculture setup, gets brought through to these tanks, and from these tanks we dose our grow beds. We're standing in front of one of my original systems, and what I want to talk to you quickly about is IoT. Now, the Internet of Things is bringing certain elements to the table where we can monitor remotely, things can be captured electronically. So on my right here, I've got a drum filter. It's got a motor turning the drum. It's got a motor putting the high pressure water in. We're going to be monitoring both of those remotely. We've got air pumps. We're going to be monitoring the air pumps remotely. At the moment, the water's not running because it's too noisy for the microphone, but we'll be monitoring the flow of water. We'll be monitoring parameters in the water, so your oxygen, your ammonia, all the parameters that we need to know about in order to keep a fish healthy. So IoT is part of our upgrade, and the installation of this technology is also going to assist in making fish farming easier. Each grow bed is plumbed from our main storage tanks through a connection of main lines to supply water, nutrients and aeration to the grow beds as we choose fit. Here we have our aquaponic seedling grow beds. So each of these are where we hatch our seedlings. You can see the trays are floating. So down here we've got some Starfighter Batavia lettuce. Up here we've got some Cherokee Batavia lettuce. Down here we've got some spring onions that are coming through. On the right here we've got some basil. So yeah, this is where we seed our new plants, and then we transfer the seedlings from here to our hardening area, as you can see over here, and everything's floating. So everything's aquaponics. From the time the seeds are planted, we float all of our seeds. And here's some lovely spring onions that are also coming up, and a frog or two. With our partnership with Desert Foods International, this has enabled us to double the grow bed space to include the other half of our tunnel, amounting to 3,500 square meters of grow bed space for our aquaponics system. Up till now, we have substantially allocated energy and funds to the implementation of our R&D program and to educating our own staff. The produce that we produce is currently being sold to a local packhouse and to the Johannesburg fresh produce market.
Hi there, my name is PJ Gwengopiri. I'm 36 years old. I've been working on the farm integrated aquaculture since 2015 in September. I did my primary school education and my secondary school education in Zambia and did my diploma in mining engineering in South Africa. My duties on this farm is to ensure that both on aquaponics and aquaculture is productive and is running. I've been working with Lance over the years, taking more responsibility from him, understanding the nutrition of the vegetables, the principles that are involved in the aquaponic systems, the recirculating of aquaculture systems on the aquaculture side, and also the principal effort that has been made to enable us to upgrade our RAS facilities on the fish side, for us to be able to produce more tonnage, and also the technology that is incorporated on the recirculating aquaculture systems. It's very, very important for us to understand and to produce quality fish, and the technology involved that is passed on to all the staff members that are working on the farm. And also on the veggie side, where now I'm now understanding more that I learned from Lance on the daily nutrition, the EC, the pH, the importance of these significant parameters of what is needed for the plants to grow well.
I'm sitting here with PJ, my trusted and loyal and fantastic farm manager. I couldn't run the farm without PJ. There's just too much going on. So PJ joined us about 6 years ago, and over a very short space of time showed all the requirements to run this farm. So we are trying to empower PJ as much as we can through this process. And in fact, I only get out to the farm, a few days in the week, and the rest of the time PJ manages it for me. So I want to thank you, PJ, for that. It's been a lovely journey. PJ, maybe you could expand on what drives you and what makes this so exciting for you as an employee and as the manager of the farm.
Thank you, Lance. Thank you for the wonderful journey so far. Thank you for the opportunities that you've given to me. Firstly, aquaculture was actually my first love. I first started this doing aquaculture, then we moved on to aquaponics. Yeah, so what drives me is the fish. Very interesting, because in Africa we we grew up eating fish, a lot of protein source. Then when I joined Lance, then I discovered that actually the tilapia, we've been eating the tilapia fish many years ago, but we just didn't know how the fish was farmed. So when I joined integrated aquaculture, we started doing the RAS, farming fish in recirculating aquaculture systems. So that on its own, it drives me, the skills, the knowledge, the mechanical part, the biological part, the chemical part, and also the integration with desert food. When they came in to say they want to invest into or be part of us into the business. So that also on its own, the upgrade also has helped to develop the farm to a state-of-the-art farm. So we are, in short, I can say we are on the same level as the rest of the guys in Europe and America or other continents. So it has really benefited myself personally, and also the staff that work under me. So we've developed a lot of skills, skills that will, pass on from generation to generation.
And you can see the social distancing. I mean, COVID's been a challenge. Make no mistake, markets are confused, but we believe, and we firmly believe, that COVID's not going to last forever. So coming out the other side, we're going to be ready and poised to be able to capitalize on that. Good, healthy food. We sit here on one of our very first tunnels, and right back from this day, it's still one of our most productive to where we are today. We're really excited about this, even with COVID. We're going to push through and we're going to make this thing happen. So with PJ and the team, we look forward to doing that. Hi all. I certainly hope you've enjoyed this video presentation, and I'm sure you have tons of more questions that you'd like to ask. So what we've done is we've packaged this information and all the exciting developments that have been going on the farm over the last couple of weeks, and we've put it together for you, and you can download it off the website that will appear on your screen shortly. So thank you so much for your interest. We certainly look forward to engaging with you further. Stay healthy.